All right, well, we're going to get this thing started here in just a moment. But man, I'm excited. And we may cut this, we may not. I don't know. It's going to be kind of a freeform thing anyway. So, all right, guys, what is up? My name is Josh. This is the NeriCast. And for you guys that don't know, which is none of you guys, because this is episode one, the NeriCast is a podcast based here out of St. Philip Neri Parish at the University of Tulsa. And this is going to be your one stop shop to hear all about what's going on here, but also the focus is to spread joy, St. Philip Neri, the patron saint of joy, to spread joy by hearing about the ways that people are living out their faith, whether it's religious life or the lay apostolate, which the lay apostolate is something we'll really get into and really focus on, but it's to see how other people are living out their faith in their lives and in their work and in their families, and so that hopefully we can encourage just one person to live out their faith and to have that conversion of just being on fire for Jesus. And so to talk a little bit about this and kind of give you guys a little history on it. If you know me, I've been talking about this for a long time. It has gone back and forth between what the podcast was going to be and everything, and now we have landed on and we have prayed about it, and me and God are on the same page, and we are going to continue to kind of continue to be on the same page, continue to work this out as we go. But we are launching this thing, and this is the intro video. And so to give you a little history, first of all, on Saint Philip Neri. Saint Philip Neri is the patron saint of joy. This is a great saint, and just a tiny bit, because I don't want to take up too much of this intro video with the history, and we'll get more into him in later videos. But he was just one of these saints that he was the next of kin for his uncle's business. And feel free to correct me in the comments on any of this stuff. But next of kin for his uncle's business, his uncle was going to pass everything over to him. But he had this conversion and had this passion and calling from God to go and serve the needy, the homeless, the sick, the poor, and to just live with them and to fully immerse himself into that that area of life so that he could live next to them and evangelize that way. And to some people, I tell them to make that a lot shorter, is he was basically the Mother Teresa before Mother Teresa. And the only reason I even know about St. Philip Neri is because we were in a meeting one time and someone was like, tell me about St. Philip Neri because I don't know anything about it. And I was just like, dang, this is good. And I didn't know. And I literally work at St. Philip Neri. Now, granted, I wasn't too long into working here. And so I'll give myself the benefit of the doubt. But the more I have gotten to know him, the more I've prayed with him, I typically always pray for him when I'm having kind of those gloomy days to just be filled with the joy that St. Philip Neri led with. He used to go up to people in the streets and ask them, like, are you ready to serve God today? And when he would get those yes, he would take them immediately to the chapel to pray, and then after the chapel to pray would take him somewhere like a hospital or take them to the streets into a place where there were people, and he would get them in that place where they could serve and be with those people that are in need. And as we know, when we serve the poor, we are meeting Jesus with where he was at. He didn't come as this king with all the riches and everything. He didn't come as a political leader. He came as a poor man. I actually heard one time that Jesus never touched money. In the Bible, it never talks about like, so Jesus like gave his own money for this, and I think that's so cool. And it's just something that with me and Saint Philip Neri, I'm always asking him to pray for me that I would just be filled with the joy he had, filled with the passion that he had for Jesus. Maybe not filled enough. There was one point where like a fireball came and entered his body, and it expanded his rib cage, actually broke two ribs, and he was left deformed, but he couldn't take it, and he actually asked God to take it away. And later, when it kind of explained what was happening, he said, "I was so filled with joy, with the Holy Spirit, that I couldn't take it." And I just think that's so cool. I don't know who just sees a fireball coming and it's just like, yes, enter me. But it's wild. But I do pray with Saint Philip Neri all the time to fill me with joy, fill me with that passion, so that I can continue to do God's work out of the development office, which we're going to get to next, a development office of the college ministry here at TU. I hope this mic's kind of blocking this a little bit. I don't know what kind of trouble I can get into with making or using university. I want to say the school, but just so you know, I what I do, I'm the development director for a university parish here in Tulsa. And what that is, for some of you guys that don't know, I am in charge of fundraising so that the ministry can move forward and that the ministry can grow. And I like to think of my job like I'm not just about money. So if I'm calling you, you don't have to be like, oh gosh, he's calling me, he's going to ask for money, because that's not what I'm always doing. But I what I like to tell people I do, and I got this from Derek Lissy, who does development for the Diocese of Tulsa, is I connect great people with a great ministry. And so I love that analogy when he used that on a podcast one time, because it's really truly what it is. I love to meet people when I tell them I work for the college ministry. I love when they want to hear more, because I love to tell them about the success stories that the focus missionaries are having, the great stories that Father Porter shares when he is in spiritual direction. I love to share the stuff that the students are doing, and how the students mainly are growing in their faith. It's just such a joy and an honor to get to share that with them, and then to be able to turn around and then ask them to join as mission partners with us and to help this thing grow and flourish. Because you guys know, like, the college ministry is where, or like college is where most people will fall away from their faith. And so the college ministry is something that over this last year and about 8 months that I've worked here has become not just a job, but an extreme passion of mine. It's become something that I live for. I mean, I sold my business to do this, again, for another video sometime, and I have never been more happy. And I thank St. Philip Neri for that. I know he's praying for me, and to just continue to have that joy that he had when he did. So I hope you guys enjoy the videos. A little bit about what the videos will be like. Like I said, this is just the intro video. Maybe we'll do some one-on-ones like this, but typically there's going to be another screen right next to me, and I'll be doing interview style, interviewing some people from the lay apostolate, some religious life, and other people that I truly feel like live out their faith in such a great way. I've got a pretty great lineup of people that are going to be starting us off. And I think you guys are gonna hear from some great people that I think you'll relate with. So whether you yourself are in the college era, or maybe you are in the workforce, maybe you're new to the workforce, you're married or you're single, but no kids, or maybe you're married and have multiple kids and you're older, you've been in the workforce forever. No matter where you're at in life, I'm hoping that the speakers I bring on will be able to relate with you in some way, and that you can take something out of it. And like I said, the goal is to help one person, encourage one person to live out their faith, and to continue to chase the truth and continue to be on fire for Jesus. Because we know when he said, I put you in my mouth and you were lukewarm, so I spit you out. And I don't know about you, but I have a healthy fear of being spit out. And so I want to live my life on fire for Jesus. I want it to be what I talk about, but I also want it to be how I live. I want it to be a lifestyle. You guys will get to see one of my first guests will actually be my wife, Lindsay. She's someone who really truly lives out her faith as a stay-at-home mom with her two beautiful children. And so we'll get to talk to her. So she'll be the first person you see to one of these sides, but they'll be on this side. But I want to make this video, though, as the first video to introduce myself, uh, introduce the podcast and what it's going to be. And for you guys that are in the Tulsa area, swing by, come see the studio. It's not a studio, it's just my office, but come see the place, and sit down and let's talk. I would love to get to meet you. And then I'd love to show you around and show you what we're doing here. And if you're not from here, I would love to get you on the show. It's so weird calling it a show, because I don't have any followers, but I want to get you on here, and I want to hear about what you are doing in your life or in your work that you have had success with living out the faith for Jesus. So I hope you guys have a blessed time watching these. I hope that the interview style is something that is impactful for the community, and I hope it's impactful for you and your family. And we are always open to suggestions. We are always open to the occasional debate, and so feel free to always reach out if you guys ever need anything, and share the channel. We want to reach as many people as possible. So share the channel, like and subscribe, all that stuff that I don't want to say a million times. I don't want it to be one of those shows where I'm pitching that all the time. But we hope you guys get something out of this. Me, it's just me. And God bless. And yeah. All right, and then we'll cut from here and make some